Hello there. How's it going? Welcome to this Mall Mastery call. I am JC Miranda. Today's guest is Angela Wadley. Welcome, Angela. Thank you so much for taking the time to give us the goods on a mall message this year. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you, and then you're good to go. Just a little bit about Angela. She's over 1,019,000 in career sales. Her best year was just over 200 grand. She is an All-American scholarship winner 3 times, which is a very credible achievement. That means she was one of the top 25 students in the nation while selling Cutco and going to school full time. She's earned the Sword of Eric back in 2022 and has been ranked the number 4 mall representative back in 2024, last year. She was ranked number 6 rep in sales for the malls back in 23, and then number 3 back in 2022. She is one of the top, if not the top, woman mall representative in company right now. She is a 2-time branch manager and has been on 3 representative trips, which is a very prestigious thing to be attend on. And Angela's free time, she enjoys music, design. Fun fact, she has her master's in architect. What I love about Angela, she's always kind, she's real, she's present, and I just really admire her a ton. I've learned things from her all the time. And once again, Angela, I appreciate you hopping on the call and giving us the goods about the mall season.
Yes, thank you so much, JC, for having me on here. I'm super excited to share all the goods about the mall mentality. Um, so pretty much what I wanted to start off with you guys. The biggest thing is this part of your Cutco business can be very pivotal for just the future and setting yourself up for the rest of the year and also throughout your Cutco career. Just like JC was saying a little bit about me, I never actually imagined myself being in Cutco this long, and there was parts of my career where I was feeling some of that getting a little bit burnt out, and I didn't really know what was like really my niche. And I remember listening to Chelsea Rodriguez. She came and talked to us over Zoom, and she talked about perfecting and also maximizing and building your pillars and focusing on the things that you're good at. And I kind of starting out with Cutco was okay in sales. I did management. I kind of helped out as assistant. I did different things to kind of figure out what my niche was. And definitely with malls, that's something that I stuck on and I really just thrived in. And I pushed the pedal when it came to malls. But I really want to share with you guys that it's a marathon. It's not a race. And I'm pretty sure most of the people that are listening to this right now has worked a mall shift. And we all have been there when we're are literally at our wits' end. We pretty much have had days. I've had days where I've sold zero. I'm sure a lot of y'all have as well. And it's going to be days that it's going to happen, but we expect it, right? We hope that we don't have any days that we have zero sales, but we know when those days do come, how do we react? How do we show up the next day? How do we use that fuel to help us and say, you know what could have I changed that day? And some things are out of our control. That's completely fine. But I'm going to give you guys some awesome tips on how to focus, what to eat, how we're going to do our marketing, also go through a little bit of objections and also service. That's a big part of what puts me to be able to sell 30, 40, $50,000 a year from just the malls. So, first thing is focusing. That's the biggest thing. I found myself at times when I'm working by myself at malls for 12 hours straight. Sometimes I'm on my phone. I used like in the beginning, I used to literally just watch Netflix. I used to watch like my shows and just binge watch shows. That's not what we want to do. This is money time. There could be your homemaker set, your full Cutco kitchen walking past you because you didn't engage them. That is one of the biggest mistakes that so many people make when they're working at malls is not being engaging and not engaging anyone and just waiting for someone just to come up and just walk up homemaker. It's not that easy. People are coming to the malls to shop for the things that they're going for. They're not coming to the mall to buy Cutco knives. Some people do, but majority of people are going to their favorite stores. So that's why we have to really be engaging. And I'm sure a lot of us, now that Cutco has been at a lot of events, and now a lot of people do know that we're at the malls, there are going to be a lot of people who are coming to the mall for Cutco. So we have to be ready for those people and maximize those opportunities. But 95% of people aren't walking through the mall to come to the Cutco kiosk. And that's just maybe 99%. That's just the truth. So we have to engage. We have to be focused and ready to go and ready to pull people in. So a lot of the things that helps me through the process is now, like, I'm in October, we're about to get into November. This is the first year that Cutco, or maybe we did it way back, probably before like 2010, but this is been in years that we're going to be working November through December, and I'm gearing myself up for November because I start malls November now versus it used to be Black Friday. So the biggest thing is sleep. Okay. You got to get sleep for your body to be standing, to be sitting, to have full energy. That's one thing that I've learned throughout the years, and that's just in general in health. You have to get sleep, please. Second thing is what you're putting in your body. We are what we eat. If we're going to be eating Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Taco Bell, the food from the mall, it's not going to be the best route. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be like some salads. You might go for a treat, get ice cream, you reward yourself, right? But you want to make sure that you're fueling your body with things that are going to energize you and not give you fatigue and not be slouchy and sluggish. Don't eat anything fried. That really is gonna make some people. Hey, some people can eat that stuff. I know if I eat that stuff, I would be having the itis. I'm gonna go to sleep underneath the coat booth. And I'm not saying I've done that, but you know, definitely makes me tired. So I actually meal prep. So we all have disposal of knives, which is awesome. We have the world's best kitchen products. Let's use them. So cook your food, cook your meals, making sure you're getting enough protein in, making sure you're drinking enough water, whatever that's the coffee, whatever it is to keep you going. Make sure that you're eating properly and that you're fueling your body with good energy. So that's going to be more of like that, the food, the mentality, the mindset, making sure that, if you're working with someone that you guys are feeding off of each other, you guys are having a good time, but making sure you're focused, right? We're not just watching Netflix on our phones, just waiting for someone to walk up. Now, a couple of things I want to mention that are so much fun and so cool is just your one-liners. I'm sure everyone here is listening has said something. We've engaged customers. Let's use that. Let's say, hey, how are you guys doing? Hey, have you guys seen this before? Hey, you've heard of Cutco? All the liners to bring people in. But we also have to be looking for our money customers. We know what those money customers look like. We all know how they look, what they're wearing. Be attentive. I work a mall where it's a very bougie area out here in Houston, Texas. If y'all have heard of the Woodlands, y'all know. And a lot of these women walk around with Louis purses, their shoes. So I'm always looking for jewelry, like David Yurman. I'm always looking for different things because I'm like, oh yeah, you spent $1,500 on that purse, or or your husband bought it for you, or you guys spend money. You guys spend thousands of dollars on materials. So you definitely can spend thousands of dollars on things you're going to actually use and have the rest of your life. And I actually do say that. If I notice a woman walking with the LV purse, I compliment the purse and I ask questions and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, you spent a little amount of money on that. So you've already know what it is to buy high quality before. It's the same thing. We're just in the knife world. This is the world's best kitchen products and you can pass it down. So, you're already relaying that message just by picking up visible things. Second thing that I want to mention too, when you're looking with your eyes, someone's approaching the booth. Sometimes we tend to kind of like just grab on them, like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, you've heard of Cutco? Like, try to just give it a little break. Just kind of step back and just see where's my customer going. Some people like to actually do several laps and run a mile around the booth, and you're kind of chasing them. You're like, why do these people keep walking around the booth? What's going on? But be attentive, see what they're looking at, and then engage. Be like, oh, if they're pulling knives out, then I'm like, yeah, you guys have you guys ever heard of Cutco? Are you familiar? Or, if they're looking at the flatware, oh, did you know Cutco makes the flatware? Asking questions like that. So focusing where their eyes are going, listening, being ready, repeat what they say. Okay. Another thing too, is with the one-liners, especially when someone comes, if you're noticing someone or they're like, oh yeah, we have that, and they kind of keep walking, you're like, oh wait, have you guys actually seen this? And I'll actually will point to the furthest knife that's from them. Like I'll point to the other side of the booth. I'm like, oh, have you guys actually seen this? This just came out. And it could be like cookware, it could be like gadget, I don't know, it'd be whatever, just pointing so they actually come back to the booth. But that's another way too to grab people as they're quickly walking by, and just making it fun, right? People want to be invited. People are avoiding the kiosk because, unfortunately, other people that usually work kiosks are grabbing people in, and it's really aggressive. So we want to be the friendly knife gal, the knife guy. So definitely um, kill them with kindness, kill them with laughter. And if that's not your personal line, that's fine. But like, engage and be there. So next thing too that is really important, I'm going to talk more about the logistics of what it is to prep yourself for mall season. Number one is marketing. Okay. What your CRM is, whether it's fast action, textedly, texting based, whatever you're using, making sure that you're marketing to your past clients. And then also I market a 30-mile radius for service, and even for customers who are just looking to purchase. Like I'm like, hey, if you guys come up to the booth, you guys will actually be able to see all the stuff that we have in our specials. I can more than welcome place an order over the phone for you, but more than likely, when they come in person, you have more room to upserve. You have more room to grow than over the phone. So definitely, if they are able to make it, you want to make sure you're marketing to all your clients for the mall, and then for servicing, of course, a 30-mile radius is pretty reasonable. And if you want to do it to everyone, that's fine too. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. You want to get people to the booth. Second one is for logistics of the mall season, is going to be your objections. So knowing what to say when people are saying, I got to think about it. That's probably the number one objection. Like if you are listening to this, your CSP, you should already know it down pat, right? But we need to know our objections when people ask us stuff, when people um, or can't say yes right away. And that's something that we have to be quick on. So I'm going to just give like a couple of examples really quickly that I usually do, especially if they're on the fence. The first thing I always mention, I actually try to approach all my objections in my demo. So I always say, like, most people don't wake up saying they're going to do their knife shopping today. That's just being honest, right? I doubt like Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones. Did y'all wake up saying you guys are going to buy knives today? Exactly, right? But you found us here. You're here now. The coolest thing, what Cutco allows us to do, because it's actually like the biggest sale that we run all year. Because Cutco, we have a partnering relationship with the X Mall, the Fox Mall, the Woodlands Mall. Because this is like the best time to buy. You're giving them a reason of why to buy today. I'm actually able to do this for you. Or I understand y'all didn't wake up saying you want to buy knives today, but it's never going to be a better time to purchase Cutco, especially if you guys are considering it. Now, I know you guys said you wanted to think about it. The best time to think about it is actually in front of the knives and actually not in front of me. So sometimes I actually will step back and I'll just say, hey, just wave at me whenever you guys make a decision, because I know this is an investment. And like I know, like we said before, you didn't wake up saying you're going to buy them, but this is definitely something that you guys are going to use every day. You guys are going to have the rest of your life. You'll be able to pass down to your kids, and it's American made for replacements. So yeah, just wave at me whenever you guys make a decision, okay? That's one of them. And you're gonna be able to fill out your customer based on it. Some people are kind of indecisive. Usually, there's always two reasons why people need to think about something. One is because of the price; it's just too much they want to spend today. And that's something I already mentioned. Like, hey, this is the time that everyone's buying gifts for everyone. So I already know that you guys are, already spending money. The coolest thing is that this is also the best time to buy Cutco, right? Because they're on sale. So although, you didn't wake up saying you wanted to buy knives for XYZ, this is gonna be the best gift to give, or this is gonna be the best thing to purchase. Now, the second reason why people don't buy or need to think about it is because they're just not looking at the right package. So I just want to ask you guys real quick, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, what I showed you guys today, do you guys feel like you would use all the knives that come in this package or this set? Or are there some pieces that you wouldn't be a fan of or you wouldn't get value out of it, right? And you ask them, and they're like, yeah, we actually wouldn't use the forks, or we wouldn't use the paring knife, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Well, the benefits of me, how I become an asset is I actually allow you to do free customization, right? So we can actually go ahead and customize this set and we can just give you the pieces that we know that you're going to use and that you're going to love. Is it okay if I just show you that really quickly? Yeah. So let me see what that looks like. Let me show you the price, the new price. Okay, cool. Um, so that's the two reasons why people need to think about it. They say no, price, they're not looking at the right thing. So that's just kind of, knowing those objections, how that comes, but also I say all the objections in my pitch because it's the best time of the year. A lot of people are buying Cutco. We're the number one company in North America. Um, no one does their knife shopping today, so that's already an objection. And they can't be like, oh, I was looking at knives. I already said that. um, and then also, position the FI pay, right? You don't have to pay for everything today. Um, and one of the biggest things, and I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm going really fast, but sell yourself. Yeah, sell yourself. Why people want to buy from you versus online. Hey, you guys can totally buy Cutco online. You can totally go buy it at Costco. You can totally go buy your brick and mortar store down the street. But I actually been doing this for 8 years and I'm going after baby goal with myself. I actually do in-home service. I actually do service events where I can sharpen your products for free. I can always beat an online or catalog price as well. So going forward, if you guys ever do want to purchase more for yourself or gifts for others, I'll also be able to beat those prices for you. And also, I'm the sharpest girl in town, or I'm the knife guy, or whatever. Like, make it funny, make it cool. And they're like, you know what? Like, yeah, we really want to support you. We see what you're going after, whether it's buying a house, whether it's saving up for a car, whether it's maybe you're buying a ring for your fiance, whatever it is, share your goals at the booth. I 100% do that because I want people to buy because of me as well, because I'm tied to the knives. Not like in a weird way, but like, you want them to support your business. This is the reason why we're here, and this is the reason why we're at the mall. So share that, be personable, but you can do it quickly. You don't have to do it long. It doesn't have to be 10, 15 minutes sharing your goals, but it's just quickly like, hey, I know you guys are thinking about it, but this is a big goal of mine. I actually want to beat my record from last year. And I'm also saving up for blah, 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 blah. So if I just went a little bit above and beyond, or if I just sweeten the deal for you guys today, would you guys potentially just consider just trying out Cutco for the on the 5 pay, or would you consider just maybe just trying it out to see if you even like it? I know you guys will. You'll love it, right? So do that. Okay. Now, the next thing that I wanted to cover um, is service. Yep. So I was looking at my numbers and I sold about $30,000 at the malls in December. 7,656 came from servicing at the mall. And then after the mall, from January to mid-February, from service calls, I sold 23,765. So basically $30,000 came from just service from the malls. Now, who here would be really excited to like add 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, whatever that is, onto your year, or like pushing you forward for the next campaign? That's awesome going into the new year with service calls, service leads, service events already rocking and rolling. Now, I'm at a point in my business where I am doing service events and still doing service calls. I also have my schedule like pretty much like weekdays, I do service, I do team meetings, I do business calls, I also do demos as well. So I mix everything all in there and I make sure I'm in one centralized area for that day. So I'll be in Spring for one day. I'll be in North Houston for the next day. I'll be in South Houston for the next day, but I'm staying in one area and I'm servicing, and I'm doing demos and I'm meeting clients. So that's how I run my business. Service events are great too, because of course you can have your past clients and also new leads that you get. And most of all people want to take care of their sharpening in January. It's really rare. Like they do it before the holidays, but everyone's like, new year, new me. Like I want to be on top of stuff. And my biggest months are January and December. January is always like my second best month out of the year. And I look so forward to it because I'm already starting off the year so strong. So it's because it comes from service. So please follow up, do your service. You're missing out on so much CPO if you don't service your clients. So I'm gonna just really just bullet point this, but like I can definitely do another talk on service because I love servicing clients, and I that's where I am thrive in my business. This is another niche of mine that I've really have been able to push and literally put the gas to the servicing. So, like I said before, you're marketing to all your clients that they can bring their knives to the mall. So double check with your mall if you're able to do that, because not all malls allow you to bring knives up there. Um, so on your days that like Monday through Friday, that's when I service. I do not service on Saturday or Sunday. I make sure that I also try to do servicing towards the end of the day because that's when it's usually more dead. And that's usually after work anyways. I usually want husband and wife to come up, not just the wife, not just the husband during the day. The mornings for me, actually, I like mornings to get in clients because I feel like from like the records, I feel like we sell more in the mornings than we do in the nights during the weekdays. So, like the first half of the day. So definitely try to have your schedule set up that way. Make sure you have a rotating schedule. Make sure people can, book. I use Calendly, whatever you use for your scheduling. But yeah, that's a big way. And just like a little bit of logistics of how to do it. The biggest thing is like professional proficiency and flow. So being very, very straight to the point, just so you know, you guys can bring your knives to the mall if someone asking about sharpening and servicing. There's going to be a few things that we require. The main users have to be present for the appointment. So both husband and wife. If you guys both use the knives, we want both of you there. Because what I'm going to do during while I'm sharpening is I'm also going to be giving you a knife care guide. So I'm going to be telling you how to best utilize your knives and be so proficient with them. Okay. Second thing is I also will be getting you caught up on all of our new packages and programs. All right. So you'll be able to see a lot of exclusive discounts, specials, and different things that we're doing for the holidays. And of course, I can do both the double D and the straight edge knives. And if there are any products that have chipped, cracked, broke, fade, stained, we'll get those fixed, replaced for you at the factory. Whether that's you taking the knives, sending them off, or them doing it themselves, just let them know that they need to bring their block too, because there'll be times I'll upgrade people. And I actually have so many blocks, I'll end up giving them like a brand new block that I have left over. So making sure you're explaining it, right? Not just saying, oh, here, sign up, I'll send you a link because you want to qualify. Also, too, you'll see a lot of times where I've had several times where people will come up and they're just like, oh, you know what? Like, we don't even want to like hear anything about Cutco. We just want to send them off. And that's okay because that maybe just saves you up a space, like save you some time too. But you just want to make sure you're super transparent and that they know what to expect because a lot of people don't like not knowing what they're signing up for. And I don't like to be the person to have someone sit and they don't want to really be there, right? You want to explain to them what's going to happen. To be transparent. But yeah, I think for that servicing, that's like the biggest thing is making sure you're clear, you're concise, proficiency and flow, making sure you're following up with them. If you're not going to service at all at the mall, making sure you're setting it up afterwards. And then try to direct schedule. We have so many, I have so many leads of people who are like, oh my gosh, I need my knife sharpened so bad. You call them, text them, you ain't hear from them, nada. So try to directly schedule them if you can. It's the best thing that's going to help going forward. And yeah, get to the quickest yes, get the card, and that's when the game really starts. So that's like the biggest thing for me is I'm just trying to be as quick as possible and get as many interactions as much. So I'm getting to that first yes, and then it's game time after I get the card. Um, and then the last thing I'm going to mention too is going to be consignment because I know a lot of you guys are getting Cutco sent to the mall and you're able to give it out. So one of the biggest things is building urgency. Hey, we only have like one or two of these left, and be honest with you, they go out quickly. So I would recommend, like, I understand that you do want to think about just getting the cheese knife as a gift. But the great thing is that even when they give them as a gift, they still get time to try it out. And then also like, um, once we're out, we're out. We don't get any more. So I would hate for you to wait out, come back and it's not here. Another thing too is like say someone comes up and they're like, "Hey, I just need a table knife." Awesome. Let me get you that table knife. Like you just want to say yes, 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 yes. Get the card as quick as you can. Do you have a table knife? Yes, we do. All I need is your ID and your credit card. Simple as that. It worked. Like I learned it from Hunter Bergeron like two Christmases ago at the mall. And I'm like, dude, like it actually works. You just literally, someone says, I need a table knife. You just say, awesome. All I need is your ID and your credit card. And people literally follow suit. Some people will be like, well, how much is it? You know, that's fine. Hey, it's like 54 bucks. All right. You can buy them single. The great thing is you can buy them by single. You don't have to buy them in a set. And I mentioned that, like, you don't have to buy a set. You can buy them by themselves. It's just 54 bucks. But yeah, just get to the quickest yes. Have some fun, have some energy, smile, wave. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're eating the right stuff. Be there for your partner that you're working with. But it's a fun time. It's a way that you can definitely add on anywhere from, like I say, 10, 50K to your business and just making sure that you're being disciplined. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'm sure JC will be able to share with you guys my information. So you guys have an awesome holiday season, mall season, and I can't wait to see y'all in Jamaica, hopefully, or in any other event, net or gifting summits. Yes.
Thank you so much, Angela. I was taking so many notes. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited to implement these. I love how you said get to the first yes. That is so important. And I feel like us as representatives, we get so caught up in like trying to build an order that we can just close them right there initially and then build afterwards. So that was good. I love how you talk about your objections in the pitch. That is gold right there. And then, of course, just sharing your goals. So I'm so appreciative. Thank you, Angela, for sharing us with the goods. I cannot wait to see you perform this year at the mall season, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.